my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope you guys are having a good end of the week. This is Taurus Weekend Update. We are rolling Friday through Tuesday, the 8th through the 12th. Yeah, some of y'all are still stuck. I'm stuck too. I hear you. But check that out. And check that out. Okay. I'm just saying. It's there. I don't know what the issue is. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm going through the same shit you're going through. I'm trying to figure it out. We're making progress. Let me say that first. Because we are actually making progress. So bear with me while I get this camera straight. We're making progress. Mercury retrograde is not helping our cause one damn bit. As one of my faithful followers calls it, Mercury retro shade. Damn it, that's what the hell with the hell. At any rate, Friday through Tuesday. Some of you are going to need to make a decision this weekend. Some of you regarding your kids. May have to do with daycare. May have to do with custody issues. Some other shit like that. It's not life-ending, earth-shattering shit, but it is shit nonetheless. Going through paperwork, dealing with people, their attitudes, and fucked up mindset. I feel you. But it is what it is, especially for the kids. We have to do what we need to do to make sure they are definitely moving forward. We don't need our kids stuck nowhere. At any rate, as far as love is concerned, this is it for the time being. This is the energy. It's not moving anywhere. And for some of you, this time is going to be about looking at what's in front of you. Who's in front of you? Some of you are trying to make good decisions, but people's actions and verbal shit ain't matching. Y'all feel me? Overall energy from underneath the bottom of the deck. Harmony and material and financial changes. Get these up here. So for tomorrow, Friday, recognition and reward. For Saturday, foundation and achievements. For Sunday, obstacle and challenges. What the hell else is new? Monday, I know, the crown chakra. Tuesday, light. Obstacle and challenges is going to be just that, your challenge card. And I'm going to guess it's going to be about getting over the obstacles and fucking challenges. What the hell? The harmony is pulling the King of Cups, financial and material changes, pulling the sun. Recognition and reward is pulling the moon, foundation and achievements. Damn, how did I know she was coming out? The High Priestess. Obstacle and challenges. 9 of Wands. 2 of Swords on the crown chakra. And the light is pulling the Queen of Wands. Well, the High Priestess. I do this, and I know I've said this in other videos before. Those of you that have cable know that there are probably about 40, 50, maybe even 60 music choice channel music shit. And before I actually started doing this for real, so maybe about 2 weeks into the first time I did this last year, I went through and I read YouTube's thing, and you can't have music, you can't do this, unless you got the copyright, blah, 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 blah. But I can't do this. Music is a really, really, really big part of my life. I'm a musician. My flute is sitting here. I play like 5 or 6 different instruments. That's my shit. That's what I do. And so music is, to me, equivalent to air. So the song that was playing was called Abacaba. Not Abracadabra, but Abacaba by a guitarist, jazz guitarist. And what struck me was the picture of her. And the thought that flew through my head when I saw that title, and I'm sitting here shuffling the damn cards, was, oh boy. Yeah, somebody is not following their intuition. And somebody's trying to take a shortcut to some shit. And I don't think it's you, Taurus. I really don't. Let me start at the beginning. Let's do that. Overall energy. King of Cups and the harmony. It's about you being faithful to yourself, which in turn creates harmony. I know y'all like, huh? How that? Yeah. When you are faithful and truthful to who you are, what you are, when you are comfortable in your skin, like dude right here, that creates a sense of harmony. I don't know how else to say it, and this is your overall energy. So y'all are trying to be faithful to what you know, to what you believe, to knowing who you are. And in a lot of the other readings, the big card, one of the big cards that's been popping up has been the shadow. So I'm going to guess this is probably for some of you. This is not going to resonate with everybody. Eat the fish, leave the bones. Get what's yours, leave the rest of it. But I'm going to guess for some of you, you have already started dealing with talking to yourself in the mirror and trying to deal with the dark side of your shit, why you trigger on certain things, why certain things agitate you, why things upset you when they don't go your way. In order to achieve any level of harmony, that's the kind of shit you got to do to be comfortable in your skin. That's what the king is talking about right here. Being comfortable, faithful to yourself. Faithful to yourself, which means you're being comfortable in your skin. Accepting you as you are. When you're able to do that, you create harmony. The bottom end of your overall energy. You're going through changes. You might as well just go ahead and fucking admit it. You're going through changes. Financial and material changes. For some of you, and look at the card. The rings on there. Some of you may be engaged, getting ready to get engaged. Don't know it yet. Some of you may be getting married. Kind of just all over the board. I had to cut my nightlight. It turns everything yellow when the phone goes to nightlight. Anyway, by standing up in your truth. As you're standing in your truth, in the sun, shining a light on the shit that belongs to you, your shit. This is what's kind of throttling around in the background. And so I started the reading off by saying it's not going to be a lot of change. You're here right now. This is, you know it's coming. There's changes coming to relationships. There's changes coming to jobs. So promotion on either end of the spectrum, whether professional or personal, is coming. The fuck. But you still, your overall energy is still requiring that you get out there and do your thing. Even though you know this shit is coming and you got to go through the motions and yada, yada, yada. I'm just saying. Don't hide your shit under no damn bushel or no bush. Because you're dealing with some other shit. It's not that serious. You got to go through these changes to evolve, to get to the next level. Continue to stand up in your truth and in your sun. Tomorrow, recognition and reward. And I say this all the time about this card. It's not necessarily you getting the plaque that says you are the best person in the world. Not necessarily. Sometimes recognition and the reward is karmic. I'm just saying. And some of you may find out some secrets that you have been trying to figure out all doggone year long. From January 1st to now. You've been trying to figure out why this person is resonating, that this is going to be a romantic type shit. You're going to hear some stuff that you probably didn't think you were going to hear. This is going to catch most of you off guard. It's going to be like, boop, 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 boop. Hey, how you doing? This is what's happening. There's some ugly shit in this. I'm going to just put it out there. Ain't no sense of trying to sugarcoat this shit. You're going to hear some ugly shit. This is a major card. For those of you that this is resonating with, whatever happens here, and that you have the sun as your overall, but underneath that you got the moon in the mix. For some of you, it's going to be that fork in the road, which you hear is going to determine which way you're going. Some of you may not like this right off. I promise you though, at the end of this, in 6 months time, you'll be so happy that whatever happened. For others of you, you're going to take the other side of the road. You're going to be like, okay, I thought there was something. And it depends, I'm sure, for most of you, it's going to depend on what you hear. If somebody comes out their mouth with, they've been married for the last 6 months and they've been lying and didn't tell you, well, adios amigos, I'm out. Deuces. Miss me on that shit. Others of you are going to be like, oh, you didn't tell me you were sick. How come you didn't tell me? However, this is resonating. But the truth is going to come out this weekend. Don't make no mistake about the sun and the moon being in this reading at the same time. There's no mistake about it. You, Taurus, will have to continue to stand up in your sun and let it shine to fuck with whatever's going on. What you need to know, any dirt that was done, it's the universe right here talking to you. Somebody gonna get that recognition and that reward. I'm gonna just put it where it is. So if somebody's been fucking over you for the past year, 2 years, 6 months, 5 days, 6 weeks, whatever, the universe is gonna recognize that. And you know, Mercury retrograde is just not the time for the universe to be recognizing no ugly shit about you, because the universe got funky ways when Mercury is retrograde. I'm just saying, that's been my experience. I'm pretty sure most of y'all are going, yeah, you're right. Well, and I don't think this is you, Taurus. I think most of you have tried to be right here. You've tried to be comfortable in your own skin, deal with your own truths, get up in your own shadows, deal with your demons, and get the ugly out. And this is why a lot of you are feeling this way, and why you're feeling a sense of harmony. But as we say that, again, it's sitting here, and this ain't about necessarily anybody getting a plaque talking about they're the greatest human being on the planet. I don't think so. There's going to be some karmic shit that if the moon card, it's going to be some deep shit. This is, if you've been reading and seeing and hearing other readers talking about deep conversations coming along, Taurus, your turn. May not be tomorrow, might be Saturday, might be Sunday. Be on the lookout. Someone is trying to put the hoo-hoo on the woo-woo. You're trying to do this. You're trying to create a firm foundation. You're trying to meet goals, Taurus. You're trying to do what the fuck. You're trying to have that rainbow at the end of the Happy Meal. Let's just go there. Some people just ain't never happy. And this is the third major card I picked up. And it's the last major on the table. But that this energy, all of this energy is up top. It's telling me that this is going to be quick happening, big major changes happening, and more about how you're seeing things than anything. More about your perspective. The Hangman's not on the board, but if he were here, he'd fit in perfectly about seeing things from a different perspective, about pulling back. Yeah, somebody is up to some shit. Taurus, you need to follow your intuition. Whatever it's telling you, you cramps in your stomach, your ears ringing, your neck hurt, the hair standing up on the back of your neck, your knee gave out on you and never gave out on you before. If your body is screaming at you and trying to tell you some shit, it's time to tune in. Because there's people in your midst trying to manipulate you to make a decision that you may not want to make, or you may not be ready to make. And just because you're trying to create this little happy family shit here, doesn't mean that the person you're trying to set it up with is going to work. And there may be somebody better on the horizon. So just because if shit goes left to center right here, let's just back up and just goes all off the rails. Do not despair. Again, it's not the time for you to be acting like the hermit. Just know that energy is out there. From your perspective, what you can do is distance yourself. Also, I think, what is it? 2 of Cups, the little girl with the bowl and the fish. Changing your perspective and also putting some emotional distance away from you and whatever it is you're looking at, or whomever it is that you're looking at. The feeling here is very strong that a lot of you are looking at something that could or could not. It's kind of like in the middle of the road right now. And it doesn't have anything really to do with anything other than time and circumstance. So again, some of you may be taking the fork on the left-hand side. Others of you may be taking it on the right-hand side. Whichever way, make sure you're listening to your intuition, and make sure you are looking at the picture from far enough away that you ain't sitting all up on top of it. No, this energy is also for the other person at play. They may be the ones trying to do the hooky with the looking glass. I'm just saying. So be aware of that. You get to Saturday's energy, Friday, Saturday, Sunday's energy. This is your centerpiece in this reading. By obstacles and challenges. What the fuck else is new? And not over exaggerating. And not letting your brain catch on fire on some bullshit. Somebody, and again, it's all the same energy up here. Somebody may be trying to pull your leg to get you to make a decision that you necessarily are not ready to make. And the other person may not be ready to make it either. However, That doesn't mean you need to blow it out of proportion. Yes, there are obstacles and challenges. Keep it moving, boo-boo. Keep it moving. Getting stuck on stupid on one problem, one issue is not worth it. Getting stuck on one person and one particular relationship, if it's not working, if you feel like you are doing the Ten of Wands thing and you carrying everybody's shit and schlepping it all around, let it go. Because getting into a relationship, maintaining a relationship should not be you, Taurus, doing all the sacrificing and the worrying and adding all of everything and the other person not doing shit. Shouldn't work like that. And you shouldn't feel like you're under pressure to do something you're not ready to do. Optimal would be your partner saying, if you're not ready to do this, we can table it and talk about it later. And with Mercury retrograde, that is probably the best idea anybody can do. That does not mean you need to go hide under a rock somewhere, Taurus. No, no, no. It does not mean that you don't need to confront whatever issues are here. But I wouldn't make any big final decisions left or right until you get through most of the Mercury retrograde. Most of you are going to have an idea, again, of which way you're going. You're going to hear some shit that's going to make you make a decision. But I would still kind of just throttle it back. Take a look at what's going on. In all instances, follow your intuition. It's an obstacle. It may be a challenge. Some of you may hear some shit from the person we're talking about, whoever this is, however it's resonating, and go, damn, really? I don't want to do all this with you. It's an obstacle and a fucking challenge. It ain't no big deal. It's not like anybody is asking you to take Mount Rushmore down rock by rock. No. Work through it. This will be your challenge for the next handful of days. Whatever the issues are. If you're going to hang in there, then work through those issues. Don't over-exaggerate anything. When we get to Monday's energy, the I know. Damn it, I know. But are you looking at reality? Is your partner or potential mate, are they looking at the reality of the situation, or are they all stuck up in their head? This is air energy. Some of you may be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And I usually read, somebody say, how can you read your signs like that? Most people read it, they don't do Aquarius first. They usually do Gemini. Because I'm a chronological little preacher, and I go January to December. The first zodiac sign is Aries. The second is Taurus. The last sign is Pisces. But I read signs the way I read them. So I start with Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. That's this energy. That's that mental mind fuck. It's this shit right here. It's the shit that happens before you get to this point. It's that mental shit all up in your head, just blowing it over analyzing. But the real issue here, Taurus, is about seeing the reality of whatever the situation is. And I have a real strong feeling that a lot of you are going to have the blinders snatched off of you this weekend, and you're going to hear some shit and be like, oh damn, I didn't know. And you probably didn't know. You probably just weren't dealing with it, whatever it is. But the issue here, what do you know? I think the weekly read or last weekend's read, I don't remember. But what do you know? What do you know? And in what you know, are you able to get out of your head long enough to see the reality of the situation? I'm just saying. It's that tricky mind fuck energy. And that you have these 3 cards going in the diagonal should kind of tell you what's going on, what the themes are here. It's about people making you look at something and say, oh, it's really not green, it's blue. Okay. That kind of shit. Again, at the base of all of this, you have to follow your intuition. You know when some shit don't sound right. It's somebody trying to paint a barn red when the barn is actually black. It's not going to work. But you're not going to see it if you all up on the situation. You really are going to have to take a step back here and look at it. Put some distance between you and whatever's going on and continue to stand up in your shit. At the end of this, we get to Tuesday. The Queen of Wands sitting on the light card. Don't let Let's do this, because this will make better sense. Stand up in your truth and in your sun. Don't let anybody take your swag away. Don't let anybody drain your energy. Continue to stand up in your light. I have a feeling some of y'all are going to hear some shit this weekend that's going to make you want to do this. And be like, you know what, I don't have a sun, I don't have a light, give me a rock, I'm out. Peace. Miss me with that shit right there. And the universe is putting us in places and having us deal with shit so we can grow. And the shit that makes you grow, you know, if you've ever been in a farm, I grew up around Maryland and Ohio, so I was always riding around in the summertime around farms. You always run up on that one farm where they had just put the manure out because they're growing corn or some shit. And that shit is stinky. It just is. But it makes that shit grow, don't it? It's the same thing. Fertilizing. That's what you're doing right here. You're fertilizing. So you can be big and bright and stand up in the sun. Fertilizer does not smell good. Come on. Don't let that blow your brain up. Don't let that drain your energy. Look at the shit for what it is. See the reality of the situation. Don't get all emotional and all up in your head and shit. Just see the reality of the situation. Follow your intuition. If it's a go, it's a go. If it's not a go, and you need to take the other direction because somebody's been an ass clown, lying and doing some other shit, just know karma will be around to pay everybody a visit. I'm just saying. Let's see what the oracle cards got. We're just going to drop these out. I'm sure they've been listening and they've got some advice for you, dear Taurus. Take your time moving through this energy this weekend, Taurus. For those of you that get the fucked up phone call, you know, and hear that your old dude or your old girl been fucking around with the next door neighbor for the past 6 months, whatever. Take it for what it's worth. And deal with the situation at the level you can deal with it. If you're not trying to help nobody rehab their love life, move on. Take that road to the left. However, if you hear something about somebody being sick or something that is understandable, but you're just not understanding why they haven't spoke on it, take that road to the right. First card, though, that falls out is you're going to have to make a decision. This is not going to be one of those things where you can wallow around and, oh, I'll come back to it after Christmas and think about it at Valentine's. Nope. You have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with it. And I'm looking, this is going to sound strange to some of y'all. Actually, all three of these, 3, 18, and 29. These numbers, this is me talking now. You think about a baby coming out of the terrible twos when they get to 3. You know what I'm saying? It's like another level. You got out of baby phase and then you kind of in that interim between 3 and 5. They can walk, but they can't really talk really well depending on the child. They can sort of, but you know, it's still learning and developing. 18. What happens when you're 18 in America? Yeah, you can vote and do some other shit. Just think about what I'm saying to you. Number 29, and that's the last young age, really, before you get to 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 and all other shit that comes along. New cycle. That's what I'm getting at. These numbers are indicating you're finishing up some shit in new cycle, and it's time to get out of this and get into new. You're going to need to decide. Again, there's that damn fork in the road. You're either going left or going right. Whatever you hear this weekend is going to help you do that. Ain't no sense in getting violent. Walk it off. You hear some shit. And it may not even be bad, but it may be a lot in magnitude to hear that, you know, your partner has been dealing with something that happened to them when they were a child, or it could be something big that's going on their job, or it could be something going on with their ex and the kids. Any of that applies here. It could be a lot more as well. But it's going to take you for a loop. Just get the fuck over that part now. Whatever you hear, don't even respond. Say, you know what, let me get up and just go take a walk. I'll be right back. Walk it off. Clear your head. Be grateful. Vibe check. Ain't I been talking about that? Claim your boundaries. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5. So you walk it off. Be grateful. I'm going to say it to fuck the way it is. Be grateful you're not the person lying. If you aren't the person lying, hello. Be grateful for the things that you have and that you're not the person that don't have. If you got a job, be grateful for that. A lot of folks out here not working to capacity. If you're educated, be grateful for that. If you have children, be grateful for them. When you become thankful for things, it changes your perspective. It also helps you to stand up in your light. I'm coming back to the financial and material changes. Be grateful. Some of y'all got a promotion coming. Be grateful. Be grateful. You won't see it coming, but be grateful. Claim your boundaries. When people, ass clowns start all that about, well, you know, 6 months ago, I don't really, claim your boundaries. If it's something that you think you're going to stay in, you see he's got the shield up here and standing up in his sun, hello, but claim your boundaries. Moving forward, we're not going to do X, Y, and Z, or I'm not going to tolerate X, Y, and Z. However you need to lay it down. But you're going to have to rework your boundaries. Some of you will. Others of you are going to have to just walk away from situations completely because it's not even worth trying to rework, refix, redo. Mercury retrograde, come on. But claim your boundaries, however that's resonating with you. Make sure people are clear about what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. The bigger thing is a lot of you protecting your heart. And you see he's got a good chunk of this covering his chest. So think about what's going on. It may not even be something you can articulate right at this moment, but if you're going to get into a situation where boundaries need to be laid out, lay them out. Check your vibe. I'm just saying, follow that intuition. And listen to what your intuition is doing to your body. If you're not understanding what it's saying, if you are doubled over with cramps or pain, or your head is just pounding, that's a good indication some shit is wrong, wrong, wrong. It's going to be okay, Taurus. It's not the best time for us. There's a lot of shit going on, a lot of changes, a lot of people making changes, a lot of people doing things to make us change our game plan. And that's really, in the scheme of things, the bigger scheme of things, it's the universe's way of telling us we need to be on a different track and we're not following our destiny. We just bullshitting around with some bullshit. So keep that in mind. Stay prayerful. Stay mindful. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.